these these reels on YouTube, they're insane. A lot of times, I'm an old guy. Us older dudes, our brains, they're kind of withering away to some degree, and we don't want to admit it. But so I'm getting up there, pushing around 50, and sometimes I'm seriously at odds. I'm seriously at odds for what the definition of insane is. Like, I've got to think in my old mind, like, what's the definition of insanity? Not that I'm often pondering that question. It's when I'm presented the paradox of, like, dealing with something crazy, and then I'm like, okay, well, if this is crazy, well, how crazy is crazy? And then I got to think in my old brain. I'm like, well, usually if I need a litmus test, if I need something to steer me in the direction of what insane is, I'll pull up the video reels or the video shorts here on YouTube, and I'll start thumbing through it. And never once has that ceased to disappoint me for my personal standard for what is crazy. Now I realize TikTok shorts and Instagram and Facebook, everybody has their video reels, their shorts, their psychopathy that they're using on the general public. But honestly, that's my standard. Like, if I need to, like, set a bar for myself of what crazy is, I go through the psychopathy video shorts or reels or whatever I got available to me. Usually it's these reels here. And they do it for me every time. Like, that's generally the standard for what the most insane thing I know of is the video reels here, the video shorts. I think it goes something like, so I have my video shorts here dialed in for scripture, more or less, to the degree that you can have your shorts dialed in on YouTube, which you can't really dial them in, because no matter what you pay attention to on the shorts, eventually the shorts are going to calibrate. They're going to calibrate in the opposite direction of what the agenda is. Generally it's like Hollywood dribble or Marxist, Chinese communist, mindless chatter. So whatever you dial your shorts in for here on YouTube, the algorithm's going to counter it. So I dial my shorts in for Jesus Christ scripture, and then I'll be like, oh man, I got like 8 really good videos of scripture, and then as sure as you can imagine, right, some piece of a Hollywood movie comes in there, blah, 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 right, or some Chinese communist Marxist cat or dog video, or I'm watching Pinjay in Peru, right, spank a crocodile across the room, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is exactly what I needed with my scripture. Oh, thank goodness this is right. Thank goodness, in between my King James Bible scripture on the Gospel of Luke, and thank goodness between my piece of scripture on the book of Genesis, right, I've got Pinjay smacking a crocodile across the room, and a clip of a Hollywood movie from the early 2000s I can vaguely recollect. Thank God that's going. Oh man, just like, I was missing that in my life. I think I'll go get hit by a car now. Hi, Laura. Sorry, I was prattling on. So what do you guys think of the reels here? Do you know what psychopathy is? Do you know what psychopathy is? Okay, check this out. There's this book. I encourage you to go check it out. It's about the only book I'll tell you to go look at besides the Bible, and it's for educational purposes. It's called A Clockwork Orange, right? Stanley Kubrick did this movie called A Clockwork Orange. I believe it was in the late 70s, based on the book A Clockwork Orange, right? The book highlights a militarized industrial complex concept called psychopathy, which was used to overthrow the crown of the UK, or Great Britain, as it was called at the time. Great Britain basically had its imperialistic monarchy taken from it. How you doing, man? What's up, Tostada? So Great Britain basically had its imperialistic monarchy taken from it via psychopathy. The book covers that, A Clockwork Orange, but the movie really doesn't. But the movie covers this really cool part where the character, Alex, is basically, he's been thrown into kind of a militarized tribunal type imprisonment. He's not quite in prison, but he's being penalized by the government at the agreement of having experiments done on him by the government at the time. And, you can see in the movie there's this character with his eyes being held open with these like devices, and he's being forced to watch movies while they put eye drops in his eyes. And the movies are basically to use psychopathy on him and break his mental mindset on wanting to be violent, and basically get him to be less violent through these methods of psychopathy. I'm going somewhere with this. Keep listening, okay? They managed to break him of his psychotic violent tendencies with the psychopathy that they've used, in the history of the militarized industrial complex. But there was a problem. The problem was they inadvertently put Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and a lot of the video reels that he was watching, right? So while he was being exposed to this psychopathy, right, these bits of sound were also inadvertently being used to subliminally program him that the militarized industrial complex at the time didn't know about. This is highlighted in the book, A Clockwork Orange. His crones were police and in charge. There you go, right? His stomach was churning like eggy wags, right? So, anyways, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony was inadvertently tied to the video that he was, tortured with, or as he was treated with, quote unquote. And every time he heard Beethoven's Ninth play, this was counterproductive to what they were trying to do. It made him violently ill, and he almost died every time he heard music that was very popular at the time, right? So the point is, according to this chronicling of this book, A Clockwork Orange, the militarized industrial complex's history with psychopathy is that they were able to actually get some use out of it, but they also inadvertently tortured everybody they used it on to death. Okay, this is a fictional book, but there's a lot of real militarized industrial complex influence in A Clockwork Orange. Now, the reason why I bring this to your attention is these video reels and I guess they're called shorts here, the video reels on Facebook and Meta, shorts here on YouTube, whatever TikTok's calling their crap. These video reels are all psychopathy. That's why it's like it's hit or miss whether it seems to be paying attention to something that's going on with you. Your phones are listening to you. They grab bits of data on what it is you're going through your day, and it's supposed to be for advertising purposes. But my point is, I believe that, psychopathy is being used on the general public. So, and then, I have my little bits of, fiction and nonfiction to back it up. Thoughts? Well, if it is true that they're using psychopathy on the general public, these wonderful people that brought us this very real pandemic from the past, decade or so, would somebody be sadistic enough to use psychopathy on the public after that pandemic? I don't know. You'll just have to use your own intuitive, sharp minds on that. You can always head on over to InfoWars and watch Alex Jones espouse highlights of your day randomly into whatever the news is over there. Yeah, I said it. Well, another thing that gets me, right, is I see a lot of people carrying on about rage baiting, right? You know, like this person is just trying to rage bait the public as far as like random personalities on YouTube, right? And something that just behooves me and blows my mind is the algorithm itself, through method of psychopathy, is actually rage baiting everybody in real time. Only it's not rage baiting, it's psychopathy. You know, the fact that Gen Z has named this video crawl doom scrolling, right? It's the most idiotic, retarded thing I've ever seen before in my life. It would be akin to like we having real-time executions in the United States, like we'll say electric executions. Like we're having televised electrocutions of human beings around the clock, and then Gen Z would call it smoky hour, right? Oh, you guys want to watch Smoky Hour? Yeah, the guy's in the chair and he's on fire. Smoky Hour. It's like, no, it's a horrific atrocity against mankind. They're executing people via electrocution in real time and you're viewing it, idiot. It's not Smoky Hour. You know, well, what's this psychopathy on the general public via, you know, DARPA? It's doom scrolling, man. It's doom scrolling. No, you idiot. It's not doom scrolling. It's psychopathy. It's literally lobotomizing you in real time. I'm gonna go see if I can watch Smoky Hour on the TV, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go turn on Smoky Hour. I'm done. That's my ranting. I'm done. It couldn't be worse, brain rot. I mean, it's the worst they have to offer, dude. It couldn't be a bigger middle finger if it was like watching an active cesspool. You know, you could have the cameras fixated on a rancid, nasty pool of putricity and biosludge, and it would probably be better for your brain than psychopathy via the Marxist militarized industrial complex collective. Doom scrolling. Doom scrolling. I'm gonna go doom scroll, man. Doom scroll. Dude, it's just everything's bad on here for some reason. I'm just a doom scroll, man. It's just a doom scroll. It's just what they were torturing the guy in the movie The Clockwork Orange with. It's just a doom scroll, man. Are you guys enjoying that bio-engineered food at the grocery store? Oh, God. Oh man, one day we're gonna be reminiscing about the bio-engineered food at the grocery store. It's gonna be like sea rations from the Korean War or Vietnam, right? But it's gonna be bio-engineered food. Yum yum yum. Pop-Tarts. What's good in the Pop-Tarts? 20% bio-engineered food. What's that? Processed juice. 20% bioengineered food. What's in that? See, I think it's the same old story throughout history. As cliche as it sounds, the powers that be want you focused on what doesn't truly matter when it comes to decisions upon the earth being made. Very eloquent, very well said. And previous to that, oh yeah, you're talking about your wife. Anytime somebody talks about their family, I try not to read it back to the chat. So, yeah, brother. Yeah, you know, it is that, definitely. I don't think people are coming to the conclusion that there's a better thing. And thanks to the technology, and the better thing is that, you know, people can focus on God and what's real in front of them and what's tangible to their everyday lives. Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a really, really ugly thing, though. Um, just the stuff that's dialed into this tech, DARPA, that's what it is, it's DARPA. The stuff that's dialed into this tech is about the polar opposite of humanity that one could conceive of, you know what I mean? We got a new DARPA person right now. Didn't they just put a new DARPA person? I don't know. I think it's a lady. Anyways, man, I've been prattling on long enough, I think. I don't know the history. I don't know the history of DARPA, as far as like the people that were running it all the way back to like the Third Industrial Revolution. Eisenhower, maybe, or that Department of Defense derivative. But the people that are running DARPA right now, I don't think they like people. The people that are running DARPA right now, I don't think they like anybody. I don't think they like humanity, man. But if they have a bunch of like post-industrial, deindustrialized like Marxist auditing things in real time, controlling the very efficient AI that's not efficient at all. I don't know, what do they say? A tree is known by its fruits. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. God bless. I've been reading the Gospel of Luke.